A wild camping spot in the Arizona backcountry should be the perfect escape from the desert heat. Shade, solitude, and a vintage truck camper to ride out the night. But when you're spraying ant repellent around your tires and a predator the size of a wolf is watching from the tree line, the simple life gets complicated fast. So, what happened? Tonight's first video comes from Destination Desert, a husband and wife overlanding channel where Andy and Sarah travel the American Southwest in a 1999 truck camper mounted on a Dodge Ram. They document the reality of off-grid life, from vehicle breakdowns to whatever wildlife decides to investigate their campsite. Most of their encounters involve flat tires and dust storms. This one was different.
They didn't like it.
No, I bet not.
It's like a wolf.
Holy frick.
That's a wolf.
Holy shit.
Where's
my shoes?
I don't know, but that's a wolf. Hold on, I want to get him better on the camera. He's starting to leave.
I see you, dude. Yeah,
That's a coyote.
That's a big coyote?
Yeah.
He's huge.
He's big. So we're going to go for a little walk. We got our bear spray because what we thought was a coyote, actually a Mexican gray wolf.
Andy looks up. There's something off the edge of the campsite, canine-shaped, but wrong. Too big. Way too big for a coyote. He says the word wolf, and Sarah is scrambling for her shoes before he's even finished the sentence. The animal retreats slowly into the trees, unhurried, like it's choosing to leave rather than being chased off. Andy keeps the camera on it the whole way. This stops being a coyote situation real fast.
Yeah, right here. That is a pretty big paw print. I mean, there's my hand. Wowza.
I'm scared.
Yeah, Sarah does not like wolves. She has dreams about wolves.
I do. And whenever I watch a movie, like with Liam Neeson, what was that one called? Oh my gosh.
The Gray.
Yes.
Into the Gray or something.
Terrified me. Not cool.
Bears spray out. They follow the path it took and find a paw print pressed deep into the dirt. Sarah puts her hand over it for scale. Her hand disappears into it completely. She goes quiet for a second. That's usually a bad sign when someone who talks for a living suddenly doesn't.
That claw mark right there, that is the size of my hand. I don't know what these little fellers are. Probably squirrel or mouse or...
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a few of them.
Weird.
Look at that. Isn't that interesting? How brown the bark is, and then yet, look at that. That looks dead. That's so strange. Wow, this place really has some pretty cool things going.
Come check out this opening.
Deeper into the woodland, a tree trunk, scored with fresh claw marks. The span of them matches a human hand spread wide. Whatever did, this reached that high without effort. And then, the temperature drops. 10 degrees, just like that. The forest goes completely silent. They don't discuss it. They just turn around. What started as ant spray and camp setup became a full wildlife standoff inside an hour. They tried calling it an oversized coyote at first. The print and the claw marks made that explanation quietly disappear. The conclusion they land on: an endangered Mexican gray wolf, somewhere it technically shouldn't be, watching them set up camp from 30 feet away. Sarah admits afterward that wolves are a genuine fear of hers. Has been for years. They cook dinner fast, lock the camper, and leave first thing in the morning. Some campsites you don't revisit. But honestly, that was way too close. You've probably slept in your car at some point. Maybe after a long drive. Maybe because the hotel fell through. You lock the doors, set an alarm, tell yourself it's just for a few hours. But what happens when that alarm goes off and someone is already outside, banging on the metal, waiting in the dark, angry about something that happened 2 decades ago to people you've never met? This is what came back. Tonight's second video comes from Living Life by the Mile, a trucking channel run by Michael and Becky, an expediting couple who document the realities of long-haul logistics across the United States. They sleep in their cab, they review roadside stops, and they capture the security encounters that come with parking overnight in places most people would avoid. The footage exists, so here we are. It's November 10th, 2025, Allentown, Pennsylvania.
My alarm went off on my phone, and I had gotten up, and as soon as I got up, I heard knocking on the side of the truck. So I hurried and put my house coat on, and by the time I got up there, whoever it was already getting back in their vehicle, but they was so close to the back of the truck, I couldn't even make out what kind of car it was or anything.
Overnight parking at a Walmart lot. Not ideal, but functional. 5:30 a.m. Becky's alarm goes off, and at the exact same moment, heavy, aggressive banging erupts against the side of the truck. She's at the window in seconds, catches a glimpse of someone retreating into the dark toward a vehicle parked directly behind their rig. The alarm woke her up. The banging woke up everything else.
And make sure that they had left, and what do you know, they're back. And they're literally just standing beside my truck creepily, not knocking or anything, just standing there. So at that point, I tell Michael, you better get up. You got to have to do something with this, whatever that's going on out here.
I get up already annoyed. I mean, it's 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. So I'm annoyed already that this dude's messing around the truck and causing me to have to get up. I think I probably went to bed at like 3 or 4. So when I got up and looked out, I didn't see anybody. So, I mean, we sat there and was talking about it for a minute. And apparently that's when he was around the front of the truck, which looked like he was using the bathroom on our truck. We had no idea at that moment.
Coffee on. She checks the window again to confirm it's clear. It isn't. He's back, except this time he's not banging. He's just standing there, completely still, directly alongside the cab, in the dark, watching. Silent banging would almost be preferable. She wakes Michael immediately.
Oh my God, be careful.
Hey, I'm looking for a polyop. Have you seen him?
What?
A polyop?
Why are you beating on my truck at 6 o'clock in the
I'm
morning?
looking for a polyop.
Who's that?
Polyop. It's a short little fellow that drives a tow truck. I was 20 years back. I was just waking up on a wet trip. Where's he at? Do you know Brian Kramer?
I mean, we have no idea who Paul Yob was, or Brandon Kramer.
You don't know any of these fellows?
No.
No Brian Kramer or any of that?
No.
Are you on crack or something?
Michael, you don't know he could
no,
have.
I'm for somebody who wet me the
Don't be
That's
on my
all.
truck at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you
Wait,
doing,
what?
bro? Stop beating on my truck at 6
I'm
o'clock in the
find
morning.
somebody that would just led me over here to talk to you to tell me you're Paul Yob for some reason.
Nobody
That's what
did
I'm
that, dude.
trying to
You're
figure
on
out.
crack. No, you don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Nobody did that.
Yeah.
Nobody
He just
did
told
that.
me to come over here to tell you that you're Paul Yob for some
I don't know who Paul, whoever the is. You
You
beating
know
on
who
other
Paul Yob
people's
is?
shit, too. You just beat on somebody else's shit, too.
Yeah, I beat on that van over there.
And you ain't a crackhead.
I ain't a crack.
You don't hear, you don't
I'm saying that much right now. This is going way back, partner. That's why I'm out here.
No, I'll tell you where this is going. One of two places. You're gonna get the
Up in front of that van over there. Go ahead.
What has the
'Cause
van
this is
got
what
to-
it's about with Paul, by the way.
You better get the away from my truck.
Go ahead,
He's
partner.
not in his right mind.
Go
He
right
could have a.
ahead.
Michael rolls down the window. What follows is captured on dashcam in full. A man, clearly under the influence, shouting about an assault from 20 years ago, involving two people named Paul Y. and Brandon Kramer, neither of whom are present, neither of whom this couple has ever heard of. He insists he's not a crackhead while simultaneously confirming he's been banging on other vehicles in the lot too. So at least he's consistent.
Drinking behind his back, that he had something. I mean,
It did, because when they first started arguing, he had his hands in the front of him, and then I kept seeing him like go like this, like in behind his back. So I just wanted to get Michael out of the window, because you never know, man. The world is crazy right now. Everybody knows that. I'm not going to risk my life or his life in any way. So I just told Michael, I just said whatever to get him away from the window and let this guy go on about his day.
and then after I kind of threatened him, he started saying something like, if I'm going to do it in front of that van over there. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
which was halfway across the Walmart parking
Yeah.
lot.
Take
Like,
him over there and
Beat
do
him up
something.
over there, I guess.
Why, I don't know what he was thinking there, and then he kind of scurried away.
I mean, nothing he said made any sense. Clearly, I mean, he had like the earplug.
The man eventually dares Michael to fight him in the car park, then disappears into the shadows. Later, reviewing the exterior footage, they discover what he'd actually been doing at the front of their truck, moments before all this started, using it as a toilet, genuinely. The most dangerous part of the morning, and also somehow the least dignified. Police patrol the lot afterward. Nobody confirms he was caught. And here's the part that actually gets me. Freight delays mean Michael and Becky are stuck in that exact parking spot for another 4 to 5 days. Same lot, same spot, where a man with his hands behind his back stood outside their window at dawn. I'm going to need a minute after that one. What makes someone head into the woods with just an axe and a hammock? For some, it's the peace. For others, the self-reliance. But nobody goes out expecting to trigger a hornet swarm that leaves them needing urgent medical attention on the drive home. This is what came back. Tonight's third video comes from Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, a grassroots Midwestern channel focused on traditional outdoor skills, basic survival projects, and practical camping techniques. No fancy production, no dramatic editing. Just a guy, his gear, and whatever the forest decides to throw at him. The footage exists, so here we are. It's November 27th, 2021.
And so here's the new campsite. I've been snoozing. I actually spent a little extra time relaxing. This is what I'm accustomed to here. Indiana, Midwestern woodlands. This is my happy place. Kind of looking around, and these vines here, when they're supple, they make great material for building shelters at camps. And also I use these kind of vines here to weave baskets. This right here would be perfect to weave a basket. This one right here.
The axe connects, and the base of that vine turns out to be sitting directly on top of a hornet's nest. Not a small one, a big one. Dozens of hornets erupt at once, coordinated, furious, immediate. Bentley is off camera and running within seconds, screaming.
Oh! Oh! Ouch! Holy cow. Oh, I just got, oh, 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 I'm being attacked. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, holy cow. Oh, I just got attacked by a swarm of hornets. Oh, shit. I've been stung more times than I can count. I gotta get my gear and get out of here. Oh, I feel good. Holy. Oh. 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 Ow. Oh, ow. Oh, oh. Oh. Holy. Oh. Oh, there are more. Son of a.
Getting stung repeatedly across his head, face, ears, and torso. The basket weaving project is over. He's down the trail now, breathing hard, in genuine pain. And then the realization hits. His backpack, his hammock setup, his camera gear. All of it is sitting at the exact spot where the swarm is currently losing its mind. Final push. Back in one more time for the hammock and the tripod. Grabs everything he can carry, stuffs it together haphazardly, and walks, fast, back to the vehicle. Still stinging, still in pain, still technically on a camping trip. What started as a basic foraging task for weaving material turned into a full sprint away from dozens of hornets. 3 separate times. On the drive home, the reaction to that much venom got serious enough that he needed to get checked out properly. And he did exactly that. Started as a basket weaving tutorial, ended as one of the worst days this channel has ever filmed. That was insane. You find a patch of woodland that looks perfect, dense enough for cover, plenty of firewood, far enough from the road that nobody should bother you. You tell yourself it's just one night, just a steak and a fire and some peace. But when you're alone in the dark and the farmer who owns the land starts whistling at the tree line, that peace evaporates fast. So, what happened? Tonight's fourth video comes from Don't Check the Weather, a UK-based solo wild camping channel where the creator tests survival gear, cooks over campfires, and navigates the psychological challenges of spending the night alone in creepy, isolated woodlands. It's September 13th, 2021. Disused pheasant breeding woodland, United Kingdom.
Alright, welcome to another video. This is my third video. Definitely didn't expect to be here today. The footage of us walking in was taken 2 hours ago. Went to the forest, a little bit of wood that I was going to go to, and it was a no-go. There was contractors that I could see on the other side, luminous jackets on, taking some measurements, because I'm near like a hydro dam. So I was going to bail. I was going to go to another bit of wood that I knew. That was good, but then stumbled across this, and this is unreal. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'll take you on a couple of little scoutabouts in a bit, but plenty of wood. So a lovely bit of water going past. But yeah, it's absolutely lush. I'm so buzzing to be back out. So thanks for clicking the video. I'm going to get some wood together. I need to clear a spot for my tent. On this one I'm going to go through a little bit of my gear. I seem to skip over what I'm actually using. I think I've mentioned my knife and my tent once, but I'll go through a little bit of my gear that I've got, because I'm pretty...
Gathering wood near an old pheasant breeding structure when he hears whistling. Not a bird, a person, a farmer. Standing right at the edge of the field that borders his campsite. The land this guy is stealth camping on belongs to someone who is currently whistling 50 feet away.
See. That was absolutely terrifying. That's never happened to us before. Jesus. I heard some whistles and I thought, oh, it's a bird. That sounds kinda like a human, that like. Go and check it out. Just pop my head up at the top of the hill, and there's a bloke there, just a farmer in the middle of his field whistling. Oh, absolutely dropped it. It's never happened before. But I'm definitely gonna have a beer now. Yeah, now that I'm on a full-on skits, I'm just going to go and check the other side of the
Dusk, splitting wood, movement on the ridge above him. He admits, in his words, to crapping myself, fully convinced someone is stalking the camp. It's pheasants, a small squad of them. Native wildlife, doing native wildlife things at the worst possible moment for his nervous system.
A little evening stroll. To be honest with you, I wanted to get out of that wood for a bit, like. Just gives us the creeps sometimes. Weird. To be honest with you, I think I'm just talking to you just so I've got somebody to talk to. I'm not freaked out. I'm not freaked out. I'm not freaked out. If I'm honest, I considered bailing before. Yeah, just got the creeps. But nah, can be daft. Probably shouldn't be listening to podcasts. Whoop, don't do that. Is this where I came in? Oh, that's where I came in. Out there. Just as I'm leaving, start hearing that whistling again. Sounded like a quad or a tractor or something. I'm glad I got up early. But I did manage to stand in a bog on the way out. Of course I did. Jesus, man. Right.
Sleepless night, heavy rain, 5:30 a.m. pack up to make a clean exit. And right as he's leaving, the whistling starts again, plus a tractor. The farmer is back. He gets out fast. He did manage to cook a ribeye over his first proper wild campfire, for what it's worth. But hypervigilance about a farmer who was just doing farmer things ruined any chance of actually relaxing. Coffee plans abandoned, quick exit secured, solo in the woods, murder podcast in your ears. A farmer whistling at the tree line who has every legal right to be there and absolutely no idea you exist. Do you stay? Do you run? He chose coffee in the car. Probably the right call. Midweek on Dartmoor sounds perfect. No crowds, no weekend hikers, just the moors and the mist and the isolation you came for. But when the sun goes down and you're alone in a place where druids used to perform rituals, and something starts howling at dawn, you start wondering if isolation was what you actually wanted. So, what happened? Tonight's fifth video comes from Summit or Nothing, a UK outdoor adventure channel run by Trevor Nathaniel, a hiker and filmmaker who documents wild camping, hill walking, and backpacking across the UK's national parks. He's known for blending practical gear reviews with local history and folklore, which sounds like a great combination, right up until you're alone in the dark, reading about a witch who pushes people into bogs. The camera kept rolling. It's August 31st, 2020, Dartmoor National Park, Devon, southwest England.
It's been so busy on Dartmoor lately, plus the weather's been rubbish. I haven't really wanted to go out on the weekends, and then whenever I've had a spare night, it's been crap. The weather. Not tonight. Thought let's do it. And I'm going to go and take him pew tour. You might have seen me there in the last video. I went out for a bit of a walk. I liked the look of it, and I thought I'm going to come back and camp there.
Midweek trip, no crowds. Nath heads for Pew Tour, a spot he scouted before, hoping the timing buys him total isolation on the moors. Spoiler, it does. That's sort of the problem.
Do you remember I was here the other day? Heckwood Tour over there. Vixen Tour.
Walking across the open moorland, Vixen Tour comes into view in the distance. Nath mentions almost casually that he's got a local legend lined up for tonight about that exact tour. Filing that away for later seems like a mistake in hindsight.
Well, I'm hoping to sort of camp in this bit, the amphitheatre, where the druids used to do rituals. Nice and spooky. Was approaching her from behind. Suddenly he gave her a sharp push and, taken unawares, she fell to her death. And then they say that that's her face in the rock there. There, look. Looking moody. So there you go, another Dartmoor legend for you. It's all right for you lot, you've got to sit at home when you hear these stories. I'm sat out in a tent on my own, in the middle of the moor.
Pitch dark, alone in the tent, and Nath decides this is the moment to read aloud the legend of Vixana, an evil witch who lured travelers into the bogs to die, conjuring mist to disorient them before they drowned. He reads the whole thing, out loud, to himself, in a tent, on the moor, at night, then reflects on how strange it feels to be doing exactly that. Yes, Nath, it is strange.
Did you hear that? There must be kennels somewhere nearby. But what a weird noise to wake up to. But anyway, yeah, it was a nice toasty night. I think I've got an hour till sunrise. 5:30. I don't need to be up yet.
"5:30 a.m., still dark, and Nath is jolted awake by a chorus of deep, echoing howling rolling across the misted moorland. Multiple voices, overlapping, right through the fog. This is the wake-up call nobody asks for. He suspects it's a nearby kennel or hunting pack, which is probably exactly what it was. packs up, leaves no trace, heads home with a very memorable story and, presumably, a slightly different relationship with reading ghost stories alone in a tent at night. Started as a history lesson, ended as a reason to sleep with the lights on. I'm still processing that one, mostly the part where he read the Bog Witch story out loud to himself on purpose. They're 15 seconds into the woods when the tree knocks back. Not an echo, not a coincidence. 2 deliberate impacts in response to their signal. Behind a distant trunk, something moves. Then the lights appear where lights shouldn't be. This is what came back. Tonight's 6th and final video comes from Exploring with Bear, an outdoor adventure and paranormal channel hosted by Bear, who documents overnight wilderness tracking, winter solo camping, and active investigations inside supposed Bigfoot and Dogman territories. It's December 20th, 2025, Shadow Figure Forest, United States.
You gonna give him some knocks?
I'm gonna give him some knocks. And hope we get a knockback. There's some right behind that tree. That far tree back there. I seen it come out and move back in.
No kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Almost immediately, movement behind a distant tree. Something dark emerges partially from behind the trunk, then retreats back into the cover before either of them can be sure of what they saw. Eyes playing tricks. Maybe. Quick enough that nobody can rule it out either.
It looks like there's light back there, doesn't it? Is that light hitting the trees back there? Where's that light coming from?
I don't know.
What am I?
Oh, look.
Oh, man. Hold on. Yeah. Try to hide the.
Yeah, I see a light moving.
There's a light moving like a flashlight?
Light, where there shouldn't be any, filtering through trees that should be completely black. Could be a flashlight, could be eyes reflecting back at them. Large ones. Either way, it's moving. And it's enough that they kill their own lights immediately. Hide first. Figure out what it was later.
Hide the. There's like people down there. See that? We got the lights off now, but I don't even want our fire being seen by anybody.
Yeah, I see a light moving.
There's a light moving like a flashlight?
Unless those are eyes. You see him?
Okay, this just got scary.
I still see a light moving now.
I know, man. There's something in there.
Cold becomes unbearable. They start heading back to the truck, and the forest sends them off properly. 2 massive tree knocks back to back, loud enough that falling branch isn't even on the table as an explanation. Something heavy, something close, something that wanted them to hear it on the way out.
Heard something walking right behind there. My heart's racing. That could have been a tree knock, tree snap, I don't know. I want to hear back. All I know is our fingers are about frozen, and we need to get warmed up. But that was spooky as all get out. Anyway, that is going to do it for this adventure, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor. Smash that like. It lets YouTube know I'm doing a decent job. Until next time, peace. Love you guys.
Seconds from the truck, and then footsteps, heavy, bipedal, breaking through the brush directly behind them, matching their pace, at the exact edge of the tree line. At the exact moment, they're nearly safe. They make it to the vehicle, shaking, partly cold, mostly adrenaline. Pack up, leave, a signal into the dark. Something signals back. movement behind a tree, lights that won't show on camera, 2 tree knocks loud enough to rule out branches, and footsteps matching their pace to the truck door. Shadow Figure Forest earned its name tonight. Do you go back the next night? Bear did. But that's a different video. That's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, you're either very brave or you made some questionable life choices. Either way, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and click one of the videos on screen. I'll be back soon with more reasons to stay indoors. See you then. And if you made it this far, there was a hidden word somewhere in tonight's video. Drop it in the comments if you caught it.